Hi guys, this video has been recorded in English but is available in multiple languages. You can go choose your favorite language from the bottom right. This option is both available on desktop as well as mobile. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Bharat. You're watching iGAN. Today we're checking out the new OnePlus 13. Now 2025 has begun with a literal bang, and the OnePlus 13 is one of those devices that brings in quite a lot of interesting specifications, but it's also the first flagship to officially be launched in India. Now we got some interesting design features as well as inbuilt features and specifications that we want to talk about. And before we get started with that, I want to tell you that this video is not sponsored and all the thoughts and opinions about this device in this video are my own. So let's quickly get started. Now, this phone is a flagship phone, that's for sure. So pricing will be in that region. And while I do have some intimation of the pricing, I'll leave the actual final price in the description below so that you can decide for yourself whether this phone is worth the money or not. Now, let's get started with the build quality and design. We've got a really new look this time around, and while it's familiar, it's got a little bit of a change. Now you can see the quad layout at the back. Those are 3 cameras and the LED flash. You also have the Hasselblad branding because of course you do. We have 4th generation Hasselblad cameras on this. A new microfiber vegan leather back panel. Now, it looks like leather and it feels like leather, but it's made out of microfiber, so it's not really real leather. It's vegan leather, and it's the first time it's been made with microfiber, so it feels nice. It is basically a polyester material converted into this leather look, which is only available in this blue color, unfortunately, and you may like it or dislike it. It kind of grows on you. It looks nice, I would say that. The overall phone itself is only 8.5 millimeters in terms of thickness, and this microfiber leather variant is also 2 grams lesser than the glass variant, which is available in a white as well as a black. The black is the flagship color because it is available with flagship specs as well. You do have a ceramic guard display along with a screen protector pre-installed. The phone itself is IP68 as well as IP69 because they were like, why put one when we can put both? And so we've got really nice water resistance as well as dust resistance. The overall phone feels really nice in the hand, really comfortable. It doesn't have any sharp edges. The display is not curved anymore, but it does sort of smooth into the edges on the sides, and it feels really nice doing that. Now, speaking of the display, it's a 6.82-inch display. 510 pixels per inch, which is massive. And then you do have 120 hertz of refresh rate along with an LTP of 4.1. That means you can bring down the refresh rate all the way to 1 hertz, especially when the phone is in always on mode. Hence saving you battery life and getting you better performance. You also have one of the most color accurate displays with 100% coverage of the P3 color gamut, and the display itself is extremely vivid and has a HBM brightness of 1600 and a peak overclock brightness of upwards of 4000 nits. That would burn the display, but that's what it's being claimed. So overall, a really nice display, has been rated really well with DisplayMate. All of those things. Is the only display that we've seen in 2025, but it is a ridiculously good display. So if you're looking for a good display, this is it. Now, before we go further, I'm sure there are people in the comment section going green line, green line, green line. And OnePlus has addressed it. They will replace any screen with a green line issue, and they've invested heavily, not only in service and support, but also in testing the displays for the green line issue, which hopefully should be resolved with this phone. But irrespective, they're going to replace it if you do get it. Inside the box, you do get this cover. It's a standard TPU cover, but it is matching the color of the phone, which is sort of nice. But then you do have these new magnet style covers. So they do have a MagSafe style ring on the inside. The magnets are not built into the phone, which is a little bit of a disappointment. I would have really liked to see that because this MagSafe charger, the AirBook charger, not the MagSafe charger, the AirBook 50-watt charger, would have worked by default on the phone. It doesn't. You need to have a magnet case. So not only do you have to buy the charger, but you have to buy the case so that this works. Now, if you have an iPhone, this works flawlessly with that. So go ahead. If you just want a really nice 50-watt charger, which will give you about 35 watts of charging on an iPhone, you can get it. Now, Apple has opened the MagSafe standard and anyone can use it. So OnePlus could have added the magnets into the phone, but they haven't done that. So I don't know why they haven't done that. Could have been a good option, but hey, you can buy the case. The problem with this is that even on the case, it moves around a little bit, it stops charging. So that's a little bit of an issue. This charger is really nice though. It's got a fan built in, and it also has a bump. So if you decide to put it down, it won't stop the air circulation because it sort of will continue to wobble around and continue to get air. Uh, Good design, but also strange design. They could have had standoffs to give it a little bit of a foot so that it would sit flat. But now when your phone is attached to it, it'll sort of, rock on the table, which I don't know. Design decisions, I guess. Now, if you go inside, we've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Here are some benchmarks for you. Performance is top notch, and that's what you expect from a flagship phone. No heating whatsoever, really good thermal management, especially on this microfiber, vegan leather, whatever cover. But they've done a really good job, and whether you're gaming, going through the paces, performance is top notch. I've had this phone for a couple of weeks. No slowdowns, no lags, jumping between applications, no issues for us at least whatsoever. Really well managed, not only in the OS, but also with the optimizations done with the chipset. Now, the Snapdragon 8 Elite is basically going to be the starting flagship chipset of the year, and it manages to deliver in terms of performance, not only AI capabilities, but also just day-to-day performance on this device, keeping battery management at a really good number. You also do get a few RAM options. LPDDR5X is the RAM. This one is the 16GB RAM variant along with 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage. Now, irrespective of the RAM or the storage variant, you get the same type of RAM, so LPDDR5X and UFS 4.0. And you do have a 24GB variant as well, which does give you a terabyte of storage, and that is available in the black color, which is why I said if you want the black, you can also get up to a 1TB storage option. Now, no, you cannot add a micro SD card still, but you do have a SIM tray, which is nice. You do also have a built-in RAM booster, which is pretty standard nowadays, and just those specifications included, we've really seen good optimization and good overall usage. The phone does have color. The phone does have Oxygen OS 15, which is a derivative of their China version. It works really well, has been really well optimized. The new UI, animations, some new colors and layouts, really nicely done on this device. And they've also integrated AI, so you have things like Circle to search. You also have Gemini everywhere available to you. You also have a AI note feature where you can optimize your documents and basically just basic text. And then you also have AI smart unblurring of images and those kind of things, which we'll talk about in the camera section a little bit. Now, let's talk about the battery life. We've got two batteries that are 3000 and 3000, giving you a total of 6000. Of course, you get the 100-watt VOOC charger. It is in the box. The good thing is that it can charge your phone up to 100% in just 36 to 38 minutes, which works every time. And then you also have this with this. Once you use this, you can get 50 watts of air VOOC charging. You do have that fan, which I'm assuming will become noisy after some time, but we'll have to see. This part of the UI I really like. Anyway, this is the shelf, the one Oxygen OS shelf. Anyway, coming back to the batteries, what is good is that battery life is phenomenal. Not only is a massive battery built into the device, it's split into two cells, so you get the charging done really quickly. And also, the performance and sort of the optimization of the chipset with this means that you get longer battery life. An average user will get upwards of 2 days of use from this phone. With really intense, heavy usage, we got upwards of 7.5 to 8 hours of screen on time, with basically the screen on and testing things all the time. This is a really impressive battery, and we did not see the phone heat up even if we put it through all sorts of things. I mean, as far as the chipsets are concerned, chipsets have now crossed the phone's usage. So whatever you can throw at it, no matter what game or what benchmark you throw at it, the chipset is capable of handling it, and it does that without heating up in any form whatsoever. So really good in terms of battery life, in terms of optimization, a good job overall. Now, as far as the cameras are concerned, we've got a total of 3 Sony cameras, but not all 3 of them are on the back. So you do have the main camera, which is the LYT-808, which is a 50 megapixel sensor. And then you do have the 3x optical zoom telephoto camera, which is the LYT-600. Now, you do have an ultra wide camera here as well. That is the JN5 camera, and I'm not particularly happy about the fact that they used that sensor. But it does the job, and we'll have some image samples for you. We want to do a deep dive into the camera in a coming video, so we'll do that for you guys as well. But lots of really good Hasselblad integration. Now, Sony and Hasselblad are more or less the same company nowadays, so you do get a good amount of integration as far as the sensors and the software is concerned. One thing that OnePlus has fixed, which has been an issue over the years, is that when you're switching between lenses, the subject remains in the center of the frame now. So even if you're jumping from one sensor to the other sensor or one lens to the other lens, you will continue to get the same center frame of reference. So they've positioned the cameras in such a way that whether you're on ultra wide or whether you're on telephoto, you get all of that. On the front also is a Sony sensor. Now you can capture 4K video at 60 frames per second, not only on the back, but also on the front. The back also does support ultra sort of steady with 4K at 60, which is fantastic. You also get 8K on the back camera at 30 frames per second, and you also get Dolby video on the back camera. So really good camera composition done by OnePlus. Some of the images are really nice. One thing that is something that I would need fixed is the camera app. So when you're clicking a picture, the exposures are not being demonstrated the way they would end up in the final image. A good example of that is when I'm taking a selfie with a light in the back, it shows the light as overexposed, but when you click the picture, it sort of clears it out. On another device, say an iPhone, for example, it shows you what the image will look like, and then you click the picture and it sort of comes out like that. So I feel that that should be an improvement done to the camera app, as so that you can preview what you will get versus assuming what you will get and then clicking a picture. Some nice Hasselblad filters are built into the phone as well. And like I said, we want to do a deep dive, but we are really impressed with the cameras, whether they're the main camera or the front camera. Now, as far as connectivity is concerned, we've got Wi-Fi 7 as default, Bluetooth 5.4, LHDC 5.0, which is where this new colorway of the OnePlus Buds Pro also comes in. This is a really nice color for the buds, and it goes well with the Midnight Ocean color. But of course, already available, just a new colorway, but with LHDC support, and LHDC is 5.4 on this. Apart from that, you get a ridiculous amount of 5G antenna. Noise cancellation is pretty fantastic on this, and you do have some noise cancellation features built in. Call quality is pretty impressive. And here is a sample of what the microphone sounds like on the new OnePlus 13. Now that's it overall. We are pretty impressed with the device, with a few shortcomings. We would like to see magnets built in for the MagSafe or the AirVook wireless charging. But you do need to buy a separate case for that, which is a little bit of a disappointment. As much as I like this color, it still feels a little off, and I wish they offered this microfiber vegan leather option in multiple colors instead of this just one. So if you don't like the blue color for whatever reason, you can't choose this back, which is a little disappointing as well. I still like the fact of the good old OnePlus days where you could swap out the back panels. I wish they would allow you to do that, just simply take off this vegan leather, put on another color, but unfortunately they're not doing that. Optimization on this phone is pretty impressive. Call quality as well as microphone quality is superb, and cameras have been optimized really well. As far as the UI is concerned, it is all the way up there with Oxygen OS 15. Out of the box, working really well, extremely well optimized for this chipset. The chipset performs well, and some of the AI features built in work great. Overall, it's a no-nonsense phone, and if the price works out, I would say that this is a really great device. And with some of the investments that OnePlus has promised into the market, I feel that it will be a good option if you don't want to worry about service and support, because they sort of vouch to fix the green line issue. Now, if this issue persists, if people buy this device and the issue persists, it'll be very difficult to sort of deal or forgive OnePlus for that. So I feel that that is definitely something that we have to see. While it does not bring out the charm of the OnePlus 7 series, I feel that this is a step in the right direction for OnePlus, and a really good overall combination of cameras as well as overall feature set inside this phone. Now, if you like this video, hit like if you've not already done that, and hit subscribe if you're not already part of Team iGyan. And until I see you next time, we do have the OnePlus 13R coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that. This has been Bharat. I'll see you guys in the next one.